Hello, and I've researched into being a marketing manager. A marketing manager is a manager whose primary task is to manage the marketing resources of a product or business. A marketing manager can be in charge of a single product or brand, or can be general manager responsible for a broad array of products and services. So if you want to be a marketing manager, it's quite difficult. You need to be very organized, and depending on budget availability and the skills of the team, you may choose to outscore certain elements of the marketing process or decide to do these jobs in the house. So the key responsibilities you would need is you need to direct vary according to the business, but can include basically managing the actual marketing process. You probably have to create a schedule on what you should do, when you should be researching. You'd need to identify target markets and how best to reach them, come up with marketing strategies, plan campaigns and managing budgets, organizing the production of poster, brochures and websites, attending trade shows, conferences and sales meetings, and monitoring and reporting on the effectiveness of strategies and campaigns, managing a team of marketing executives and assistants. So the main role of being a marketing manager is to be quite bossy, clear, very organized, and know what you're doing.
I researched into choreography. For this job, you would need to be very creative, know how to teach people, like be able to explain things properly, able to think on your feet, like what new moves you want to make up, be very confident, love to dance, be able to teach other people, be a good dancer. For this job, you don't really need any qualifications because you have to have lots of experience. If you don't know how to dance, then you shouldn't be one.
What I've researched into is the casting director. The casting director's job is to organize and facilitate the casting of actors for all the roles in film. This involves working closely with the director and producer to understand their requirements. So basically you need to work with really close to the director and suggesting ideal artists for each role. So you need to pick the right person to the right character, as well as arranging and conducting interviews and auditions. So as we're gonna do, we need to audition people, and for that you need to know what the character is, what type of character, what type of a person would fit that character.
Can I just ask, you said that that marketing, that the casting person is for films. So is that not relevant to what you're doing then, because you're doing theatre?
It's the same thing, isn't it?
No.
I'm asking you this question.
It's the same thing, because even in the film and the musical, you still need to pick the person who fit the character.
So it would be like singers and dancers, right?
Yeah. So, and the casting director negotiate fees and contracts for the actors. So basically they had to work with the marketing director and who's in charge of payments and everything. And and what you need is you must have an executive knowledge and actors and their suitability for the particular role. On large production, casting directors may supervise casting assistants who will support and assist them in their work. Casting directors must in-depth and up-to-date knowledge of new exciting acting talents. So you need to see people's acting and you need to pick out if they're talented or not. And such as you need to pick out the experience of the actor, ability, reputation, availability, and box office appeal. Casting directors also work closely with the production accounts to prepare the casting budget. Essential knowledge the casting directors need is you must have a wide knowledge of cinema, actors, musicals, theatre, and interest in theatre and stage actors is also really needed. The key skills you need is excellent communication skills, ability to recognize talent, a good memory, excellent organizational skills, precise attention to detail, ability to take and give directions, knowledge of the requirements of the relevant health and safety process. So yeah.
I researched into lighting designer, and the main job of a lighting designer is to work very, very closely with the director, the choreographer, set designer and sound designer to create an overall look for the show in the response to the text, while keeping in mind issues with visibility, safety and also costing. The lighting designer would also work very closely with the stage manager. This is very important because the stage manager and the director, the light designer would be responsible for everything that is going on stage. The lighting designer may have more than just one role, and which is a very diverse, and they work on rock pop tours as well, and many other celebrations. Once after talking to the main people who are the appropriate ones to talk to about lighting, they would have to come up with a sketch of when the lights would have to come on and when the lights wouldn't have to come on. So this is very important. The skills for this, they would need to be able to draw a really good mood board of when the lights should come on. Lighting designers always pay particular attention to mood of the play, so therefore they know what is going on in the play and how to deliver the mood of the play to the audience using lights. The atmosphere created by the lighting design is mostly demanding, as they would have to follow the script and visualize the play. So that's one of the techniques they would have to have, which is to visualize what would happen and what is to happen. Lighting for stage is generally divided into specific illumination, general illumination and special effects. In order to be a good lighting designer, you would have to have good communication skills. They must be able to exercise patience, be very professional at their job, being very creative and able to visualize the next step, and being very professional at their job. So they do not bring in personal matters into their job, because it would just affect everything. And the qualification that they would need is a university degree in lighting, and they would need furthermore experiences from the current job they are doing or what they might have done in the past.
I researched on being an assistant director. They work very closely with the directors. They can have many different roles, from taking notes during rehearsals or staging parts. They can also They track daily progress, usually through a production schedule. They prepare the cast, prepare the crew, maintaining order on the set. You have to be very organised and be able to communicate very well, as you'll need to be talking with the cast quite often. Being an assistant director, experience is much more important than qualification.
Okay.
I researched into the role of production manager. First of all, production manager prepares production schedules or breaks down scripts to confirm that there is enough time allocated for the production process. So it will include things like how many and which actors are needed on which days, what locations are required each day, casting requirements, and to summarize it, they would need to be responsible for all the organizational aspects of production scheduling and budgeting. The essential skills needed are to be able to work effectively with all members of the production team, including actors, contributors, and the audience. They must have some understanding of the technical side, for example, camera, lighting, sound, and editing. They need to have good problem-solving skills, analytical and math skills, very organized, IT skills, and excellent verbal and highly developed communication skills. In terms of like training and qualifications, so if you're going to take this up in the future, you'd need like